Hey guys, what is going on? RedMaster here, and welcome back to the episode of Cards and Castles Hidden Combos. Today, got a fun deck for you guys. It's one that I didn't think I would end up making. Like, if you told me a while ago, like, how about you try this deck? I would have said, I don't think that's a possible build, but here we are. I am showing you what I call the Dwarven Monk bounce build. I don't think there's really any more explanation for that, so let's go ahead and jump right into the deck list. Alright, so, let me just get rid of that. Here is the deck list for what I call the Dwarven Monk bounce deck. Now, this deck is a bit unusual in the fact that, you know, its purpose doesn't really revolve around kind of units per se. I mean, the main goal of this deck is really just to keep your castle as healthy as it can be. Whether it's doing so with Monk Bounce, with the use of Reinforce or Dwarven Constructions, however you do it, it's just keep your castle healthy. You outlive the opponent, essentially, with how much health you can accumulate. I think the max currently with this deck is, I want to say 30 additional or like 10 additional health to it, meaning you can go up to a max of 30. The dual Dwarven Constructions that produce 2 each, plus the Reinforce, which produce, you know, another 2 each, so that's 6 right there. Another 4 if you have dwarves out. Add that to the existing 20, and you have a max of 30, even possibly 32 if you guys want to opt to include the third construction. But I really find that at that point it does get a little hand consuming, and I don't think it's worth it. But anyway, what else do we have in here? I mean, obviously, the Monk Bounce is real. You can see the Shadow Dance, the Slip, and then the Monk over here. But, you know, I did say that this is more of a Dwarven-based deck as well. Of course, you know, that implying the name, you know, of the name. So we are running a bit of Dwarven support here. We've got the Miners, Archives for draw support. We've got the Paladins, Dino Riders, just to facilitate the use of Dwarven Construction and Archives. Make sure that those can really be maxed out to their full potential. You know, and not drawing like one card from Archive. You're putting 1 health on the castle. You've got the Miner, Paladin, Rider, and even Mordok back here to all give you that extra boost that you need. The bounce is pretty standard, I would say. Shadow Dance, Shadow Slip, 2 of the really big viable bounce cards. If you know you want to make a competitive bounce deck, those are going to be the cards for you to go to. I mean, Vanish is an option, Forbidden Scroll is an option, but I think these two do a better job at doing what both of those other cards kind of do. And, you know, we do have Throne of the Emperor as well, seeing as how you're kind of really running this as a bit of a bounce deck here, because you do have, you know, maxed out bounce spells. The Throne doesn't really hurt in keeping your units healthy, obviously, if you are intending to bounce units like you are doing with Monk, especially with the new buff that he got to a 3-5 rather than a 3-4. Monk can get pretty beefy. With that being said, you also have Minotaur and Rider for extra beef here, as well as Kraxus, if you do attempt to bounce Kraxus, to give him a little extra meat as well. The rest of the deck, though, I would say pretty standard. Lumberjack, Guard, Inspire. Honestly, Inspire after the last update has been, I mean, if it wasn't already an auto include for you guys running, you know, going into the Enchanted Grove, or at least where it's at now, if it wasn't a auto include for Crusader decks, I would say it pretty much is now already. Like, the pool that you have and how well the units, well, I wouldn't say well, but how decently the units have been improved in those pools, or in that pool kind of specifically, just, you know, you should be running at least two Inspires in every Crusader deck, at least in my opinion. But, you know, to go along with that, we do have Blacksmith, Armory, Flux, Minotaur, Arbiter, the rest of the good stuff that you'd expect from, you know, decks running these colors, or really, I mean, the only color is Arbiter. I mean, Flux, Armory, Blacksmith, things I run, again, nearly every deck. I guess Reinforce, I did kind of explain why. I mean, as well as it providing castle health, it does do a pretty good job with the cycle that it has. If you don't like a card, it's just 2 gold, put some extra health in your castle, get a card in return. I wouldn't say that's a bad trade, especially for a more castle health oriented deck. So with that being said, you know, that's pretty much all of the list. I think maybe the only thing I mean, I did mention Minotaur was for beefy purposes, so hence why it's in here. But yeah, I mean, other than that, the unit count is a bit low. So one of the problems you might see with this deck is your lack of units. Um, Honestly, I think I can manipulate that a little bit with how much bounce I'm running in the deck. So something I might tweak later, but just as a heads up, right now I think one of the biggest weaknesses with this deck is the lack of units. And I mean, this isn't really counting the Inspire units either. I mean, you add 4 to this, that's 32 units. So I mean, pretty average, but I would say, you can increase the unit count if you want to manipulate some spells around. But anyway, with that being said, enough of me rambling about the deck. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay itself and see what this deck can actually do. Alrighty, so, Mordok, we don't need you. Away, for now. Reinforce, Inspire are some good starting cards. Reinforce, of course, to give us some extra health and to cycle a bit. Inspire to bring us some units, which we kind of do desperately need. One problem I do find with this deck is that sometimes, or with the 28 unit count in general, it is hard to find the units that, you want to, pull them out of the deck and whatnot is a bit more tricky because you've got, the max shadow slips. You've got the all these early spells here, like Construction, Reinforce, and Archive. So it is a bit worrying on that front. But once you really start to get into it, the deck kind of just runs smooth. Well, it doesn't run too smoothly. Of course, there are some problems that can still happen, but you guys know what I mean. All right, so let's go ahead and bring out these guards, see what's going on. Our opponent has passed his first and second turn running Viking Warlock, so a bit strange there. Usually those colors do represent some sort of aggression, so again, not sure what exactly is going on, but you never know. You never know. Comebacks can happen. Comebacks can happen. Next turn will probably be a good idea to reinforce. Not going to use our archives yet because we do not have a miner, or paladin, or dino rider. So, would be great to get more draw with that. Banshee going to be the first card our opponent throws at us. Not a great blocker. It will get him a spell, though, so he's not really losing hand advantage. But still not the best way for him to block right now. So we do pull an Armory, which I think I'm actually going to play right now rather than the Reinforce. We do lose this guard regardless. He gets Grotesque, which might be a bit difficult to use, especially because we are pushing a little bit of damage here, but we'll see if we can make it work. Next turn, we'll definitely probably go with the Reinforce. I did want to get this Armory out, though, because it's great to have it out, and once we have this advantage, once you kind of put the Armory down and start pushing, the only way your opponent can really harm it is with a burn, and if he does decide to burn it, he can either burn it with a defective, which won't really lose him that much gold, or use a blue fire, which pretty much takes his turn at this point. So we're looking good either way. Another Banshee can be what our opponent does. Again, he doesn't really lose the hand advantage. He's still going to get a spell. Battle Ready is actually going to be a much more useful spell for him. Can he capitalize with a 1G unit? Survey says no, he cannot. Interesting. Alright, I do like that Minotaur. That'll be a nice turn 6 play. We'll go ahead and drop the Reinforce down, followed up with the Shield Runner. In hindsight, I did have the Shadow Dance for the guards, but I'd rather keep this for one of our monks. But now that we have the Shadow Slip, it's like, maybe I should have used the Shadow Bounce on the guard. We do have a low unit count in our hand for now. Oh. I was a bit worried there with the Furnace Knight, but not so much they pushed it so heavily. I'm going to go ahead and chop 2 more off of the opponent's castle, also destroying the Furnace Knight in the process with our Minotaur. The Minotaur can be easily taken out, though, now by some weaker units, because we did have to push it a bit farther than we would like. But he does have a shield runner, excuse me, to respond to. 2-6 at that, so. Although we did get another Reinforce, so we're going to continue to put this health on our castle. Berserker going to be the choice here. I don't think that's the play, is it? Oh, well. Okay, blue fire to our Minotaur. Good way to conserve that. He does go in with the Berserker, though, which is interesting. Especially because of his ability. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do another Reinforce. See what we draw here. Shoot. I am going to play that regardless. I think what we do is we unfortunately have to just chop 2 more. We can bounce and then make this a 4/8 block. It's a bit of a waste of the Shadow Slip, I know, but I also don't want this Berserker getting on my face with the siege damage that it can bring, so, you know, back him up there, Chief. Meanwhile, I do have the Minotaur in case he somehow miraculously gets rid of this Shield Runner. Other than that, though, I need to start drawing my Dwarfs, I would say. Okay, he Grotesque this Berserker. Good use of the Grotesque there. He's not going to waste the Battle Ready just yet, but he does want to get some other options in his hand. Darkbender going to be the choice here for our opponent. That might be a bit tricky for me to deal with, unless he pushes it up, maybe. Can we get... okay, we'll get a Metal. Oh, he's going to Battle Ready that. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, he's going to Battle Ready it. Not bad, not bad. The question is he going to push it? Which I don't think he's going to. No. Okay. Okay. There's a Dino Rider, which we can actually just start. We'll take the round. We'll chill out for a minute. We'll do that. And then while we're at it, we can even throw out the Dwarven Construction because we do have 2 buildings out right now that could also take that construction buff. So now we're rocking a 5 health armory and a 7 health temple. So no average burn spell is going to be getting rid of these anytime soon. So practically, unless he starts pushing up a bunch of units sporadically, I would say that this is pretty much protected. Alright, so he is going to push this a little bit. Interesting. Actually might be a bit troublesome. Because I need to get to that Berserker. Or, I need to get to the Darkbender. I can take out whatever he throws to block. Yeah, that's gone. Is that gone? Oh, well that's pushed. Hello there. I think we can actually do something interesting. It's going to be a big waste of the Mordok, but I feel like with what's currently on the board, we do need to do this. So we'll do that, and then a 1/2 removal of this Darkbender. So now his biggest 3 threats on the board are gone. He did put quite a bit into that, namely, we saw a Ludicrous Strength and a Battle Ready. Of course, the Battle Ready, I think, might have been free. I'm not completely sure. We'll see. Furnace Knight. Sharpened Swords. Alright, that's... well, okay. I'll get Pulverized, which isn't really... well, I do have Arbiter, so... alright, well, that's gone. I'd say maybe I could do Arbiter, Pulverize, plus the Shield Runner to take away the rest of this, but... no, he's still in it, but he's definitely not going to win it. I'm pretty much double his health in Castle. So, I don't know, man. What are you going to do? Because that Furnace Knight is already going to deal another... actually, hold on. 3... oh, I don't have enough yet. I think we can just end it with this play, or this push at least. The Mordok, Dwarven Miner. He can't reach me with any sort of wacky chain. I have the Arbiter. He just dealt 3 to his own castle thanks to the forced position of Inferno, even though he could have just moved it down to avoid that Inferno damage. He's going to push that Furnace Knight up again. Not really what he's looking to do, or not really the right play. Shaman. Griffin. Yeah, that... alright, so he wants to push, kind of ignoring my units here, but it's already game over. As you can see, we'll do this. Mordok comes in, face, Banshee, touches there, Arbiter, summons, and then boom, that's the game. Alright, so not bad. I didn't get to the 30 HP castle limit that this deck can go to, but 26 I would say is not bad. I mean, getting to 30 HP normally requires you to play at least nearly all of your buff spell, or your building spells in here, the constructions and the reinforced, without taking any damage. We'll probably do one more, I think, just to kind of see if we can pull out the monk bounce itself, but yeah, let's see what happens. Move on to match number 2. Alright, starting hand, we have 2 Mordocks for some reason. Away with you guys. I don't need you yet. Lumberjack, Miner, Guards with Dan. It's going to be fun to do, especially to conserve our guards a little bit. So right now, not rocking a bad hand at all, in my opinion. I will throw out this Lumberjack. I do dislike that we are running against Pirate Druid. Obviously, those point to signs of Scoped Fenrir and whatnot. But hopefully, we'll be able to still come out on top here. Let's... Or are we facing a little bit of last will involved? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Gonna throw out our guards here a bit more conservatively. We'll see if he decides to push this flower on us. If he is, I'm gonna just do a blacksmith then. Cause that'll be the go-to move. But we'll see. We'll see what he does with this flower. If he wants to run it away, nope. Okay, here. Hello. There's a flower. Lovely as always. Followed up by another sunflower. Okay, so obviously trick here is to pop this one. And unfortunately our Dwarven Miner, let's see, our Dwarven Miner is going to be the one to having to deal with this sunflower, so... But as we get later in the game, I do get a little bit, you know, I am going to get a little bit nervous here. Alright, really? Nothing to stop that? Okay. Alright, going to have to sack that. But, we're going to prep our guards here for a bit, for some spicy plays. One of the funnier things to do with this deck is, of course, Hassan Bounce. So, we'll see if we can pull that out, which I think we will be able to do. Yes. Yeah, that'll be the play. Because now we have 3 sets of guards, all for free, plus the armory. Not too bad. I do open up a bit of opportunity here for him. With things like Fenrir, King Crab. Hi, how you doing? But not going to really be enough here. We're going to do that, of course. Followed up with a set of guards. We'll also take the opportunity to archive. Beautiful, getting more things here. We're going to go ahead, chop him down to size a little bit. And while we do have the advantage, we can even push some more guards just to bolster our forces even more. Because right now he's having to deal with Dwarven Miners and guards on his face. We can even Shadow Stance the next set of guards to keep this cycle going. Villaroth is going to be the play here. Okay, so that's obviously a scope target. That is going to be a scope target. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's clear the air a bit here. I'm even gonna be a bit ballsy and summon out the Mordock and see what he has to deal with this. I'm not gonna go Kraxus. Kraxus is too big of a tool for me right now to waste if he's got the scope. He does have the scope, so obviously he could. Well, okay, he's actually gonna get rid of 2 things. Mordock's obviously gonna be one of them. There he goes. And then he needs to follow up with removal of... wow, he could actually do both. Okay. See, the problem is that he also has Rampage, which I don't like at all. Alright, I'm going to do ahead, bounce you. We'll reinforce. Get another Mordock. We'll see what he does with this. We'll see. Alright, Scope Villaroth is not something I was I mean, obviously he probably was meant, you know, this was meant for Fenrir, but what are you going to do? He's also going to retreat a little bit. Follow up with the Mordock. In a decent place, too. You see, with these kind of plays, it's nearly impossible for me to do good things because of... You see, like, this Villaroth going to come in and probably smack me. Okay. Okay. I said a lot of words there. I don't... Yeah, take the bait. Take the bait. Come on. Okay, not the bait I thought you would take. Okay. Oy. Let's see how he handles this. I can honestly afford to take a little bit of damage here. Hey, I got the Mordok to trade. I'm fine with that. I'm surprised at the sniper aggression, to be completely honest. I didn't think that was going to go in as far as it did. And he's going to also do a little bit of rampage shenanigans with that sharpshooter. Okay, okay. Fair play. Fair play. Oh, the ranger's something I don't like to see, though. Well, actually, no, I got to. Unfortunately, I have to. And hopefully this will divert what's coming. Or hell, if I can even actually... okay, well, I did get the Arbiter, so I guess that's not a total loss. Yeah, Krax is probably his biggest threat now. So we'll see how he responds. Yeah, he's gonna go in for it. He doesn't want to keep that thing around at all. I can respect him for that. And he doesn't really have good follow-up either. I mean, Shaman's gonna be cycle tools, sure, but Blacksmith, yeah, okay. That is... yeah, we're gonna do that. He can go... Oh, I can even get Faith. Well, he can do that. Not a bad target. I don't necessarily... You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna get more anyway, so... Let's just hope it doesn't bounce the Arbiter. Or like for it. Like, I'm drawing... Alright, I think I discarded the shadow... Or the free costing Shadow Slip. Or Shadow Dance. Whatever it's called. I really don't think this guy is going to be able to make his super comeback here. I don't know, we'll see. Right, I mean, hey, I'm getting more tools, I'm fine with that. Yeah, look at that. Chaotic Storm, more healing with the Sunburst, diverts to the Armory. Hell, I even got, well, is Fenrir going to actually do anything, or is it going to, yeah. No, I didn't think he was going to do anything. Yikes. You got a lot of things coming at me. Alright, well, first things first. Well, actually... How do I need this to hit? I don't know. Let's see what... Oh, that's not... That doesn't do it yet. Okay. Because that... This needs to go. I'm sorry. That just needs to go. And then we can pretty much secure the rest of it with heals. We could basically outlive him, is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, you want to get rid of the Armory? Sure. Grotesque is not going to get you far. Unless you won't. You're going to sack the, yeah, Shaman for him. But hey, that's the one less thing on my base to get rid of. Another Fenrir. Okay. Bit of a little oof there, but still nothing too serious. I can easily disintegrate this. I don't know. No matter where you move it, that's gone. Look at this. We can just continue to heal with this monk. Ugh, Sharpen's going to be a great thing for him to pull. Obviously, we burn that. Give him a little extra. But then we also just do this. Yeah, we put that out there and see what he can do with it. We're still surviving. Uh, at this point, a bit hard to. Well, no, we should be. Oh no. Well, I don't know if that was an intentional. Well, okay. I mean, right now I'm gonna essentially to try and close out this game. I'm gonna go for an arbiter draw. We'll see if it happens. All right. No arbiter. Still no arbiter. Okay, so we do have to find a way to save our skins here a little bit. Let's see. This monk can go into here. We'll throw out another monk. We'll follow up with Dwarven construction. And then maybe push the paladin a little bit. I think that's the play. I have no idea. The thing is, again, this is easily, scope decks here. I don't know why you're moving the Mordok the way you are, but okay. Wow, lots of stuff. Okay. Okay. I still have room for an arbiter. Let's see if I can end it off with an arbiter. No. Sad times. Alright, so what is happening? You go to you. You go to you. I think you can go to you. And then I can shadow slip. Another monk. 2 more health. I'll take that. Followed up with a pacifism there. And then, yeah, thrown down there. The only thing he's going to be able to get off is a Mordok hit. Yep, here comes the Mordok. It's not going to give the Fenrir any attack. Well, okay. Can he actually build up a lot of... it's not going to be enough unless he has buffs. I mean, I'll give him that. That's it. Well, companions also exist. Sniper. Spiny still exists, bro. That card could literally be a Spiny. I'll be dead. Alright. I'll take it. Anyway, okay. I did go a bit silent there on the latter end of that match, but geez, was I just concerned about healing. I mean, building up Fenrir like that is always a nuisance, especially when you're running decks that don't really have the burns for it. We did draw things like Chaotic and Disintegrate, but we had to use them on other targets. But obviously, you saw how well that match went, bouncing the monks to conserve health a bit more, continually adding on health to the castle when we had the chance to, being able to outlive the opponent. That was a lot of, I mean, that was over 20 damage that did come to the castle there. If we didn't have those additional castle health, or, yeah, if we didn't have that castle health, we would be dead. So, overall, I would say that was a very, very solid match for the deck overall. really solid match. And with that being said, guys, that's going to do it from me for now. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to hit the like button, share with your friends, of course, comment down below your thoughts on this Dwarven Monk bounce build. It is something I've been working on, something a bit, you know, far from the competitive scene, but something a bit interesting in terms of, I guess, health manipulation with the castle. I know sometimes people are curious about it. Obviously, again, not a competitive deck, but still one of the more fun ones that I developed here in the Enchanted Grove. I had something, oof, something came up there. Anyway, with that being said, if you haven't already done so already, if you're leaving down a comment, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well. It helps show you support the channel, help with clicking that subscribe button at no additional cost to you. So, yeah, that's, like I said, that's all from me for now. So until next time, guys, stay gaming.